So the way I heard that this goes is you take the nightmare and you add 50. You want it to be 3 above your level. So right now I'm 62. So I have to do technically 65. So I need to at least do 15s. I think is the way it goes. I'm gonna try to spam this right as best as I can. I've been asking around and like people have been saying that really Nightmare Dungeon spam in groups is the best way to do things, but since I can't 100% do that, this is like what I can do until then. All right, so let's enter. People on YouTube were actually saying like, hey, your sound is overpowering your voice. So I was like, okay, I'll do what I can to change it. All right, there we go. But I'm also like, I want to change. I wanted to try out controller because another subscribe stream. So I wasn't gonna stream today, but I know I was gonna wait for you to come online. So I was like, let me wait for her to come online and then also stream during this time. If that makes sense. By the way, hi. Hi, hello. I thought you said you weren't going to be on for another hour? You said, I think it was 9 p.m. my time. Unless I calculated it wrong. If I calculated it wrong, then that's fine. I already premised the stream by saying like, hey, like once Minuet's ready, like I gotta go, guys. 30 minutes to an hour, okay. No worries, no worries. This is just gonna be a quick leveling stream. I wanted to talk a bit about pre-season 1 stuff, TwitchCon, and then like and then like push on.
I'm not ready yet.
For those of you who missed it, we'll be doing from now on forward. We'll be doing basically two streams a week now, on Wednesdays and on Saturdays. So if you've been missing streams and you're on the US side, I am gonna start doing a stream Saturdays, Saturday evenings for US folks. So everyone gets a stream. This seems too high. Because 68, if their level is 68, that means that these guys are what? 6 above my level? I thought I was supposed to do it. It's supposed to be 3 above my level. So by that logic, since I'm doing a tier 15, I should be doing 13s. That doesn't seem right.
I must wait a moment.
Oh, I gotta go this way. So, I wonder. Because right now, for pre-season 1, if you're kind of in the same boat as me, you have like an endgame character. Right now, from what I've seen, Nightmare Dungeon spam in groups is going to be your best bet for getting as much XP as possible. Because you get XP from groups, you get XP from your potions, and then you get extra XP by doing harder nightmare tiers. But from what I've heard, it's gotta be 3 levels above yourself to give you that extra like boost. But of course, if it's too tough, you can't be doing like something that high. But I thought doing a 15 would be. So I thought the way the calculation worked is that it's like basically whatever the tier is plus 50. So I'm doing a 15, it's 65. But I guess not.
must wait a
I'm gonna see if I have like a 14 or a 13. I'm gonna try that and see how it turns out. It's so weird doing this on controller, though. It is so strange doing this on controller. It is definitely the strangest thing.
I must wait a moment.
Straight up. What did you?
I'm not ready yet.
Also, something that I'm learning is that
I must wait a moment.
guest star might be the next thing that I want to try out to make the podcast work for doing basically doing like a live video of the podcast so we can put it on YouTube. So I learned that with guest star, basically you can have two separate streams and then have it to where they're basically you're able to watch both but experience on the individual streams. So I was thinking about doing it to where we have the podcast on, but to where basically we're having both live at the same time. So we can have the separate audios because they're on separate streams.
I must wait a moment.
And all I have to do is separate my chat audio from everything else. Basically, I record none of the incoming chat audio. Or I do. Actually, no, I do record all the incoming chat audio. And then we just line up the videos. I guess would be the easiest way to do it. I think the hardest thing about it would be lining up the audio and video, but all we gotta do is just be like 3, 2, 1, shikasha, and then like we know that the stream is, you know, started. I guess, like I don't really know.
I'm not ready yet.
3, 2, 1, shikasha. Stream began.
I must wait a moment.
That's how it'll go. Shikasha. Something like that anyways. By the way, my phasmophobia, a little legit, I was scared to walk in the house when I first played it. I don't know if this is everybody. Do you guys run up steps at night like a little bit faster because you're worried someone's got like a knife behind you? So I've done that since forever.
I must wait a moment.
Shikasha, got it. Okay, yeah, okay. As long as
I do not have enough.
As long as everyone understands, I want everyone to be on the same page. Shikasha is very important to it. It's kind of our key move. It's kind of like how they say, like, if you clap, it, like, resets your brain. So it's like, it's the brain reset. The brain resetter. This hasn't been too bad for my speed. I think the only reason I'm going slow is because I'm using controller. Shikasha.
I must wait a moment.
My brain is too far gone. That's the computer-based training brain. Can't be reset. Oh no. Did you try jiggling the cord or deleting cookies? I'm pretty sure I've done
I must wait a
like tier, gosh, 3 levels below, tier 12s. I'm pretty sure I've done tier 12s and it wasn't this level, so I wonder why it's so high like this. It's not that it's hard, it's just like I feel like I'm going slow. But I know my damage isn't bad. Walking from my home across the street at night, having me acting like I'm gonna chased by a serial killer. That's probably the way you should behave. At any possible moment, serial killer could be there. I'm sure that'll be really great for your heart. You're basically living in the shoes of a woman day to day. Welcome.
Not ready yet.
It's equality. Phasmo-based equality. Can you believe it?
I need more.
What are you, when you're playing Phasmo, what difficulty are you on? Are you good at it? Because I can play on easy mode.
I'm not ready
And
yet.
not get scared at all. If you're in the preseason 1, I think it's super tempting to do Legion events still, because they are like breaks from the Nightmare Dungeons. It's kind of hard to do Nightmare Dungeons back to back, I feel like, because it's just, there's so much, there's so, like, it can get so repetitive, I feel like. I kind of want to, like, I don't want to say it's like still a good idea because gear, but then again, I honestly, I don't get the best gear from Nightmare Dungeons. I honestly get the best gear from Helltides. Of all things that I get gear from, I get great gear from Helltides. Because I'm also trying to rebuild for like a Nature's Fury build. Because it seems like in this season 1, it seems like Nature's Fury is going to be where it's at. So I'm gonna have to do both Earth and Lightning, and then right now I am not built for that at all. I'm a Earth Bear. Earth Bear do big stomps. That's all I know. Now I know why all the devs use controllers. Oh my gosh. I'd say other than being able to pick up particular loot easier, controller's just so much smoother. I feel like I'm relaxing. You're garbage at Phasmo?
I'm not ready yet.
I'm sure you're good at it. What I did is I had to look up like how to play Phasmo solo. That way I could play with like Minuet and like do halfway decent, because Minuet is like leagues beyond me. Like I joined the first game and Minuet's like, oh yeah, everything you learned, yeah, stop. Just stop. Stop that now. I think she called me a pleb too. She's like pleb. And I was like, oh shit. She's like, yeah, you're a normie, it's okay. My last stream begs to differ. She does that for content. She does worse on stream for content. Don't believe her. Let's see. Shred. Armor for 4 seconds after dealing any... Wait. Increased armor stacks? Stats aren't very good with that either. See, the stats on that weren't very good at all. Oh my god. Alright, let's see if I have like a tier... Alright, here's a 12. Here's a 12. You did good on our runs. On our runs, I was like, damn. I think you legit only died like once before me. And that was at campsite. And that guy was literally unfair. He was literally rude. Gave us like no chance whatsoever. No shot. No shot at recovery. All right. It says Grieving Woods 62. So that's my level. So I was doing it right. See, I was being bamboozled. Oh no! All right, we're good. All right. I don't like this affix because you have to get inside the bubble. That's the pain with this one.
I'm not ready yet. I'm low on spirit.
I think I'm gonna turn sound down just a little bit more. Oh wait, so there's 65. See, look. See, there's 65. What the heck? So this is right. This is where I want it to be. Okay. So, yep. So I guess 12s is what I should have been seeking out all this time. I don't think I did that wrong for too long. My recommendations in short are gonna be, if you're playing right now and you're feeling like, like if you're looking up what to make your build off of, I would highly recommend getting comfortable with changing up your build soon, especially as season 1 comes along. A lot of your progress is going to be saved, like for example, like statues of Lilith. The running theory is that you're going to want to log into your main first, because your alts are going to be like following in suit. But my recommendation is, if there are any aspects about your class that are being buffed, for me, for example, Nature's Fury just got a pretty big buff. It's not likely that that buff is going to change again with Season 1 coming out. I would likely expect that any class that's receiving buffs or nerfs, that's going to be highly indicative of what's going to be in Season 1. So that's why I'm focusing on probably changing my class over to Nature's Fury as opposed to what it is now, just because of that drastic change. Wow, I totally missed that. I way missed that item. So right now, Nature's Fury is going to be a nice bit of a change to my builds, but something to get used to as well, especially if you're level 100 right now. I'm not, so it's not as expensive for me, but if you're level 100 right now, you're looking at spending around like 15 million in golds just to pay for that change. If you're trying to like go ahead and like prepare, get it ready, etc. So get ready for that experience or that cost. Start selling your items and whatnot. I always pick up your sacreds, understand your break points so you know what items are worth picking up. But if you're in the same boat as me right now, which is like in that leveling experience, just kind of push your nightmare dungeons, work to do them in groups if you can.
I'm not ready yet.
3 levels above your own. Right now I'm doing a tier 12 or tier 13. So they're level 66 mobs. And that's kind of what you want to push always, at least. Of course, if you can do groups, you can typically do higher.
I must wait a moment.
I always recommend doing higher, especially in groups, as long as it doesn't slow you guys down too much. If it slows you down too much, then maybe let up a little bit. Doing Nightmare Dungeons on your level isn't typical unless your build isn't that great. Most builds by level like 60 should be pretty viable. At least a decent build should. That's all I really got as far as recommendations. If you have anything that, as far as recommendations or builds or things that you're trying out, or even things that you're thinking are going to happen with Season 1, throw them my way. Like, we have a Diablo section in our Discord. I definitely want to find out more that I can. I'm mainly going to be focusing on leveling, so that's my big focus right now. And it's just going to be like a Nightmare Dungeon push, really. Not really too worried about anything else. And really just getting as many viable item pieces that aren't my build, because I'm likely going to change from Pulverize. I think Pulverize is probably a really good build. If you're sitting there and you're Pulverized and you're like, oh man, I got to change my build, I think Pulverize will be good.
I'm not ready yet.
Up until level like 70 for most. I can just feel like Pulverize has a ceiling. I might be alone in this, but I can already feel that Pulverize build has a ceiling, and that I'm getting close to reaching it. That's why I'm considering changing, but also because Nature's Fury got buffed, and that's like a huge passive buff. Alright. Once I get exploit to level 15, I'm gonna push for Werebear now. So that's pretty cool. Alright, we get anything good? Pulverize creates a... Oh my god, I've been waiting for this for so long. Look at this. Pulverize creates a shockwave that travels forward. I have been holding on to this item for so damn long because I couldn't find another shockwave. And I just found another shockwave. Oh my god. That took way too damn long. Holy shit.